Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name's Preston and today is the news. It's Sunday morning, so we're going to talk about things that happened in One Piece TCG this week. We're going to start off on the official website because we have some stuff to talk about on the online regionals, which are pretty exciting, I think. So starting October, online regionals are going to have a change in price support, where we're going to get new cards and a few other new things. So we're going to get gold sleeves, so Dawn sleeves with gold Dawn instead of black. Sleeves black, no idea what that is. It's probably the black backed card. So this, but black. They've shown those sleeves in Japan. We're getting Gold Dawn as participation, which is cool. Online Regional Participation Pack Volume 2. I don't know if we know what that is. If we do, I'll put it in the description. Dawn Card Pack Volume 1. So that's one of the Luffy Straw Hat Crew Dawns. And Event Pack Volume 2. Also, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're not listed here yet. So if I do know what those are, I'll just put them in the description later. So more event packs for top 28 and Boa Hancock Dawn sleeves for top 28, 128. A Jozu Alt Art for top 64. So we're getting Whitebeard Alt Art reprints as championship qualifier prize support, which is cool, I guess. It would be cool if it was just one Whitebeard, but as you'll see, it's not. Top 32. Online Regional 2023 Finalist Card Set Volume 2. So we have seen, I believe, the Volume 1 of this. So it's going to be final stamped cards. Finals playmat at top 32. That's cool. I love getting playmats. So I love that they're giving out playmats. I hope that I can get a top 32 mat. And then here's another one. OPO3 Marco Alt Art. So you're going to see a theme here that we're getting a lot of Whitebeard pirates. So not only does Bandai at its creation level just love Whitebeard, or loves red, apparently at the prize support level we love red also, because in top 16 we're getting a leader alt art for top 16. And if you're playing in NA, North America, you're getting a nationals invite. And it has a little note that if the tournament is over 800 players, top 32 will get a invite. And if you already have a Nats invite, they will pass it down past those numbers. Second place gets a Dawn card and a Serial Shanks. This is the first instance of the West getting Serial Shanks, with the champion getting the card set that has the champion stamp, champion's playmat, 10 gold Dawns, a Serial Shanks, and a booster box. So some of the things that changed, I believe top 8 used to get a Serial Luffy, and now they're not, as well as probably other things. And we added a top 32, and I don't see a top 8. I'm assuming there's going to be top 8 and they just haven't finished. But as of October, price support's different. So if you want to get your Serial Luffy, it's time to get good and win one of these last few ones before this happens. And that goes for your Admiral alt arts that are currently going on, and all of the other ones that are going away. Exciting times. I'm excited. I wish it wasn't 3 red cards for the promos for winning, but spent enough time on this. Let's move on to erratas. We got erratas for 2 blue cards, which kind of makes Zeph a billion times better. I think it makes him much more splashable. So originally it doesn't have any indication that you can choose whether or not to discard the cards off the top of your deck. It was more worded as a cost, and they want it to be more of a choice. It looks like you can do all of the things and then choose to trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. And that goes the same for Rubber Band. You may trash 1. So it doesn't seem like it is part of the cost to do it. It is more a result because it's not in bold. I believe bold letters are cost and non-bold is more like conditional effects. I could be wrong. It could be that this is still a cost, and if you choose not to pay it, you don't get to do it. I'll have to look into the rules for that. Moving on to card reveals. There is a ton of them. I'm only going to cover a couple because it goes on for a while, and I feel like there's some things that are really newsworthy that we can talk about, and then there's like 10 cards from the starter deck that we haven't seen so far. So we're going to start off with cards that were officially shown, which is starting with Beppo, a purple character, 4 cost 5k power, Mink Tribe, Heart Pirates. On play, or when attacking, if the number of Dawn cards on your opponent's field is greater than the number of Dawn cards on your field, add 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck rested to your cost area. As always, getting the translations from the One Piece Discord, that's always in the description. So I wanted to cover the official cards that were released because I feel like being able to use this when attacking and do some shenanigans to be able to activate this multiple times is really cool. And it's Beppo, so got to give a Beppo some love. So moving on to Killer, I think the Beppo's good. I think that's one of the more noteworthy since it can activate multiple times. Moving on to Killer, purple character, 5 cost, 6k power, Kid Pirates. Your turn, once per turn. When Dawn is returned from your field to your Dawn deck, KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost 3 or less. So this and the Beppo are both interesting to me because they don't have any conditions of what leader they are part of. So you could splash these in other purple decks, and I think that the Killer is really interesting in anything that has Hell's Judgment in it, because Hell's Judgment is doing that, right? So there's also all of the set 2 stuff that is sending your opponent's Dawn back. So that's really cool to be able to then KO off of that also. So I feel like this is kind of more noteworthy than the next like 10 things that we're going to skip. They have a Sachi and Penguin that came out. I'll link the YouTube of the live stream from the tournament in the description, and you can go through and follow along with the Discord, because there's some interesting stuff here. I think a lot of them don't get played throughout. The red events are okay, but they're doing KOs, so they don't really get around the anti-KO stuff that's happening in black right now. And then there's some cards that leaked. So, not just cards that leaked. This is part of the starter deck 10. So we're still on starter deck 10. Starter deck 10 is reprinting Rush Zorro. You're getting 1 or 2 of these in your starter deck 10. Alt art of Rush Zorro from set 1. That's pretty exciting to be getting a free alt art, basically, because you're buying the 3 leaders, really. Guess we're going to jump around a little bit. We're going to talk about Pika. Pika, green character, 4 cost, 6k power, Don Quixote Pirates. End of your turn, cost of 1 Dawn. Set this character to active. Once per turn, if this character would be KO'd, you may instead rest up to one of your other 3 cost or less characters not named Pika. Pretty cool. Being able to not die and distract with a 3 cost or less is really interesting. So it's kind of like having some invulnerability, some nice way to distract from KOing Pika. And I really like that we're getting Don Quixote Pirates in the next set, because I think that their package is going to be complete at this point, and you can actually play a full green Don Quixote deck, green-purple, with all Don Quixote Pirates. The next one is... And the next one is Buffalo. Buffalo green character, 3 cost, 4k power, Don Quixote Pirates, counter 1k. When attacking once per turn, if 2 or more of your characters are rested, you may set up to 1 of your cost 1 characters to active. I think that's really cool, especially for the next card, which is Baby 5, which is a 1 cost. I think that's interesting. I have to look at all of the 1 cost Don Quixote Pirates to see if it's actually worth playing. But just having a searcher, which is this Baby 5, is possible that you could search with Baby 5 and then activate Buffalo's effect to restand her and then possibly rerun it. So let me tell you what Baby 5 does. Baby 5, green character, 1 cost, 1k power, Don Quixote Pirates, 1k counter. Main, cost of 1 Don, you may rest this character. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with Don Quixote Pirates type, and add it to your hand, then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So it doesn't say that you only have to activate it once per turn. So if you activate Buffalo's effect to restand Baby 5, you could get 2 searches out of Baby 5. Or you could just protect her from being attacked by all of your opponent's characters, except for ones that attacked actives. But the Don Quixote Pirates have a character searcher, which is great. We saw this kind of happen in reverse, same order that the Whitebeard Pirates got. Whitebeard Pirates got the Whitebeard Pirates event card that searches characters, and then Izo came out the next set. So it's going to be looking like a trend to me that you're going to get a set without a character searcher, and then the next set's going to give you that searcher. So your archetypes are going to get a little bit better every time. Or at least the next set they'll get a little bit better. So you have to wait sometimes to get a really good archetype out of all of your cards, at which point it could not be worth it. So we're going to scroll past these: Sachi Penguin, Jimbar, Wire, the event cards from Red, Punk Vice, to show you this. This is another reprint. This is a set 1 Nami Altart. I believe set 1 Nami is the searcher. So this is a card that already has an Altart, but we're getting an Altart and the starter deck, and in the live stream it looks like this is going to be a 4 of in that starter deck. So you're going to get a full play set of Altart Namis in part of that big, I believe, $30 starter deck. So that's pretty interesting to be giving that just as part of the deal. The value is going up on that, but it's still pretty steep at $30. Oh, moving on to the final bit of news. We got our last leader for OP05, Rocinante. Don Quixote Rocinante, green, blue leader, 4 life, 5k power, Navy Don Quixote Pirates. Blocker. End of your turn, if you have 6 cards or less, set this leader to active. This is our first leader with blocker. This is a very interesting idea to give your leader blocker and protect your character cards on board and risk taking a life. But also, as they said in the live stream, there could be times when you want to protect your Bonnie and someone's just swinging at a low card just to barely beat Bonnie. They know you're not going to counter out of it. You could block with your leader and completely throw them off. That's a really cool way that was immediately pointed out on stream that you can use this leader card. Protect the weenies, protect those little guys that you usually just end up giving up on and not countering out of. They've served their purpose, they searched. The last thing is they showed us immediately the Altart for this leader, which, love them or hate them, the manga close-ups, this is a quite nice one for Rocinante. Well deserved. I'm not quite sure about the color combination. It does give you access to all the Don Quixote Pirates that we've been talking about from set 4, as well as the ones today. It gives you access to blue, which is incredible and super great for you if you have blue in your deck. That's a nice control already. So it gives you access to 2 pretty good colors, and hopefully we'll be able to see what this leader can do that Sanji could not with the same color combination, which might also be one of the first like dual color combinations outside of a single set or something. I don't know. There's a lot to talk about there, but all the leaders are out, so let us know in the comments what you thought of the set 5 leaders. All of them are there. I can also put little cards up here of all the times we talked about the set 5 leaders, so you can refresh your memory. I know I will have to when we start talking more about these guys. But that's the news this week. Thank you for hanging in there. I know it was long. It could have been so much longer. I cut all of the starter deck 10 new cards because there's just so much. If you want to hear us talk about us, let us know in the comments. And we will talk more about those cards if there's a few that I undervalued pretty much everything I didn't talk about. So if you think those are worth talking about, let me know and we'll stick them into a video and I'll talk about them with Sam and he can give me his inputs and tell me if I'm just completely overlooking it. But that's all we have time for. I'm sorry for keeping you for so long today. Thank you all for watching. Do all the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.